is senseless. It's a video you can never unwatch. Should not happen in this country.
Immigration officials are talking about this. They say the man who admitted to killing this mother of two entered Florida illegally from Haiti back in 2022. Rolbert Joachin receiving temporary protected status the next year, but his TPS expired 2 years ago. Joachin admitted to planning the killing of this woman, Nalufa Yasmin, last Thursday at the Chevron gas station on MLK Boulevard. Today, we heard the moments leading up to the attack. You hear Joachin saying, "Where's my money?" after he smashed the windshield of her car in the parking lot. Then he approaches and hits Yasmin 7 times with the mallet in this vicious attack that killed her. President Trump weighing in on Truth Social, blaming the Biden administration, promising that justice will be quick and severe, telling people the video is terrible to watch, but posting the uncensored version anyway. We also learned Fort Myers police had come in contact with Joachin on March 24th, more than a week before the killing, but he was not detained, even though his temporary protected status had expired.
This is an active investigation, and we did have some contacts with him over a period of time, but we're looking into those and looking at all those fine details on why we're in contact with him.
Fort Myers police told us earlier this week Joachin was a suspect in another case, but at that news conference today would not answer our questions about which one. Thank you for counting on Gulf Coast News. I'm Kelly Burns. Gulf Coast News chief political reporter Dave Elias is here with how the video is becoming a flashpoint for the immigration debate.
Well, Kelly, I said today that Joachin was smuggled into the United States back in 2022. He was ultimately given temporary protection status, and that made him legal to be here. ICE argues, though, the president ended TPS in 2025 for Haitians. Well, a federal court is keeping TPS in place until the Supreme Court decides the matter.
The prior administration allowed him to be released into the United States and subsequently granted him temporary protected status, giving him a legal safeguard to remain in our country.
He was among 350,000 Haitians granted protection since 2010 when Haiti was hit by an earthquake.
As of yesterday, the Trump administration stripped that safeguard, and his protections are now revoked,
making clear that he had a legal right to be here.
They still have protection until there's a decision on their renewal application, which he filed timely. So he had protection up until the moment that the administration revoked his protection, which happened just this week.
A fact that immigration attorney Indira Demine confirmed.
In fact, every 18 months you have to reapply. And when reapplying, there is a check on your background check every 18 months.
The future of TPS, though, is now before the U.S. Supreme Court.
Every 18 months, I have panicked. I have folks that are super anxious, not knowing, is the program going to be renewed or not?
President Trump putting himself in the middle of the murder, posting the brutal, unedited beating on his Truth Social, and then blaming liberal judges for granting Joachin TPS status.
It's something that is inappropriate for anyone, especially the President of the United States, to insert themselves in an ongoing criminal investigation.
And Democrats blame the president for politicizing the brutal crime.
It's especially inappropriate to paint an entire community for the actions of one individual who may very well be mentally disturbed.
Joachin now remains in ICE detention. And Lee County Republican Party Chair Mercedes Price Harry responding tonight, saying that President Trump is showing America the horrendous reality and consequence of Democrats' open borders.
You know, your heart goes out to that mother and the family, for sure. So what happens now in this case? What happens to Joachin?
Well, he is actually in state custody right now, Kelly. He will face prosecution. ICE saying that he will not be deported, though, until he serves his time. And once he serves his time, they say they don't plan to let him loose. They plan for him to remain in custody, and they say he will never hit the streets of the United States again.
All right, Dave, I know you'll be following this case for us. And if you